時起床
Hello everyone, this is Nathan of HMO2, and I'm bringing a review of Nekopara Volume 0, a visual novel and prequel to Nekopara Volume 1 released last year. Just like the review I did for Nekopara Volume 1, I will not be including a dedicated gameplay section for this review, as there is no gameplay in the conventional sense. Now without taking up too much time, let's begin the review. Nekopara Volume 0, like mentioned earlier, is a prequel to last year's Nekopara Volume 1. Despite being a prequel, Nekopara Volume 0 greatly differs from Volume 1 in terms of story structure. Volume 0 is told from an omniscient third-person perspective. The story is broken up into chapters that corresponds to different times of the day. There isn't an overarching narrative, and it's based on small, more or less unrelated one-shots. It essentially takes you through the daily tasks of the Mina Yuki Nekos and what happens while trying to do said tasks, and that's pretty much it. Now in terms of story content, there isn't much, but most of the charm lies in the execution. One thing I greatly enjoyed is all the different Nekos. While Volume 1 mainly focused around Chocola and Vanilla, Volume 0 gives all the Nekos equal time, and a lot of the charm and endearing moments in the game come mostly from the interactions between the Nekos and Shigure, their owner. My biggest problem with the game is it doesn't do much to separate itself from other visual novels in terms of writing, and a lot of the characters feel like stock archetypal characters found in many anime and visual novels. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it keeps Nekopara from being anything fresh or different. Another issue I personally had, and others might have as well, is the game's length. My multiple playthroughs of the game came to about an hour each. This isn't bad considering the game is $2.99 on Steam, but keep this in mind when deciding to purchase the game. Overall, Volume 0's story left little of an impression on me. While at the very least it was a cute experience, and I did enjoy learning about these other Nekos that were only featured for a little bit in Volume 1, the overall experience was lukewarm. The overall presentation from Volume 1 coming into this game is almost completely unchanged, but that isn't a bad thing. A lot of the artwork is very pleasing, and I adore the character designs, the way the engine animates characters, and even if there are less backgrounds, I enjoyed the backgrounds in this game much more than Volume 1. The entire main cast of the game is voice acted, and I think the voice acting is really well done. Each seiyuu does an excellent job portraying their character's personality, and the best showcase of that is in the conversations between the characters. Like I said, much of the presentation hasn't changed, but there is one feature that was added to Volume 0, which is a first for the series. At the top of certain scenes in the game, there is a hand icon which you can press. After pressing it, most of the UI disappears and you are taken into a mode where you can pet any of the characters on the screen. There are 3 specific parts of the characters that you can pet: the head, the belly, and yeah. All the characters also make different noises depending on where you pet them, so that's cool, I guess. I didn't like or dislike this feature, but I honestly feel like it doesn't add much to the game. Some of you might enjoy it, but me personally, I didn't enjoy it that much. The overall presentation of Volume 0 is largely unchanged from Volume 1, but that isn't necessarily a bad thing. I found everything very nice, it went well together, and overall it had a lot of polish to it. Overall, the game presents itself just as well as Volume 1 did. Nekopara Volume 0 is strange for me. While I enjoyed the game and I think that the game is polished, I don't believe I can recommend this game to anyone that is not already a fan of Nekopara. Much like Volume 1, while it's charming, it doesn't do much to differentiate itself from other visual novels other than the appeal of cat girls, and those who aren't already into visual novels won't be persuaded to change their mind. While the game does succeed in giving us a short, fluffy experience and giving more of the characters we may have liked to see, at the end of the day, it is a less impactful, shorter, and fluffier version of Volume 1. This isn't a bad thing, the game is a cute distraction, but that is all I feel it is, a very cute distraction. Thank you so much for watching my review. Now, if you want to leave a comment or a like, feel free to do so, and if you want to see more content, feel free to subscribe. I will leave an annotation to our Volume 1 review, which you can watch if you are interested in doing so. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.